Hey guys! Okay, so today I wanted to come to you with an updated full coverage, my full face foundation routine. I did one way back in the day. It was probably over a year ago. And it has grown and really, I really have changed it and everything since then, and I just wanted to show it to you. This is from like start to finish doing my face. I didn't do my eyes. I usually do my eyes first, but I just wanted to show you the face without any distractions. Yeah, and I'll show you, like, as I'm going along, like, other options that I may use. But this is, like, full coverage when I just want to, like, if I'm glamming it up. This is usually the face routine that I use. And, yeah, like that. I don't do this every day, but this is the foundation routine when I'm doing it big, if that makes sense. I don't have anything on my face. I'm going to start from the beginning. I have I have really oily skin, like, here, T-zone here, like really oily. Then it gets dry around my nose, although I've been controlling that lately, and I know it's going to flare up because it's getting cold outside, but whatever. So that's pretty much my face, and this is my face. I woke up, brushed my teeth, washed up, and wiped my face with my washcloth. I didn't put anything on it yet, and that's where I'm going to start. So I usually start with this is every day, not just foundation, but my Clean and Clear Advantage Oil Absorbing Treatment. It's a salicylic acid acne medication. I do have acne. It's really in control now. I use Proactive, and I've cleared it up, but this is just to control it. And if I get a little quick breakout, I usually run my E.L.F. Zit Zapper over it. But I take some of this, not a lot, maybe like that much. And that goes on my face first. And one thing about these acne medications, this is oil-free, clearly, because I'm oily. And it kind of dries it a little, dries your face. Not dries it out, but gives it that. Now, put that on first. Then for my moisturizer, you've seen it a billion times, and I use my Garnier Moisture Renew Refreshing Gel Cream. I love this. It's the best moisturizer I've ever used. It puts that moisture back in my skin. So we're normal to combo skin, and it puts the moisture back in my skin without making it look wet and oily. That makes sense. So, and it smells delightful. And it's a gel cream. The first jar I had, I used it up really quick. But I will say a little goes a long way because it's like a gel. It is extra moisturizing than just like a lotion type of thing. I still think I probably used way too much on it, but whatever. Sorry, my voice sounds deep, and my weekends just be real. I always have football games I'm going to, or just, yeah. Or just having a great time. I'm always screaming, going out to a party or something. Yeah. And it's getting cold, and the season's changing, so I sound like crap. Alright. So, for my full coverage foundations, it's usually one of the two. I use the CoverGirl Queen CoverGirl Queen All Day Flawless 3-in-1 foundation. I really, really like this one. It is all day flawless coverage. It says lasting power of a powder, coverage of a concealer, and blendability of a foundation. When I use this, I still use concealer and powder, but I will say I don't use as much. But I mean, I just like it because I like the way it blends into my skin, and it really does a great job. But I want to say that gives it extra coverage. This is medium to full. This is definitely for me a good solid full coverage. And this is the Revlon Color Stay. You've seen this, and it's one of my favorites. So I'm going to use this today. And this is usually my go-to, what I go to for the day. Depending, if it's a really, really like dry day, I'll wear this. This one is for really every day. And this is for normal to dry skin. So, and I'm in the shade 410 Cappuccino. So we're going to put that on. And there's no pump. I just dot it on the back of my hand or put it on my finger and dot it on my face. It just really depends on how I'm feeling. So I use a lot of foundation. And I was talking on Beautylish, like some girls use like a half a pump and cover their whole face. Like, no. I use like 3 pumps. So this dries quickly, which I do like. So when you're blending, you need to move quick. And you can put it on with your fingers, but I use a flat top kabuki brush. I use the one from E.L.F. or I'm using this one, the one from Royal Cosmetics. It doesn't really have a name. It's just a flat top kabuki brush. So I just take and I just start to blend it in. You guys, I can't wait to go fall makeup shopping. I'm just waiting on all my bills to be paid, you know, and because that always comes first. Ladies, remember that. Always comes first. But can't wait. I really want to try the L'Oreal Le Matte and Le Lilac lip colors. Seen only 2 videos featuring them so far on YouTube, but I've looked them up. And people seem to, there's a couple blog posts on them that I found, and I really like them. They seem like they're worth the try. So, remember, blend down to the neck. And look at that. That's my foundation. And I let that sit for a couple seconds to really soak in. In the next, again, that was my Revlon Color Stay. And the next step will be concealer. And I do not normally like highlight on a daily foundation basis. But like I said, we're going full glam, full coverage. You know, I'm talking about not highlight like shimmery highlight. I'm talking about like highlight with a lighter concealer. I'm going to do that today. All right. For my concealer, for my full coverage concealer, it is the NYX Above and Beyond Full Coverage Concealer in a jar. I'm in the shade Nutmeg CJ8. And I put this on really with my fingers. And I basically just hit the under eye areas because this foundation really does a pretty good job of covering. But I just take my ring finger and I just go under the eyes where I need that extra help. You're not supposed to pull and tug. That's what I heard underneath the eyes. But I can't help it sometimes. So we all have rules we don't follow. Rules are made to be broken. So put that right up under the eyes. Pretty much it. Now, one thing is a pet peeve of mine is cakey like looking makeup. So I only do my powder where it's absolutely necessary and when I'm absolutely done. Like some people would set this with the powder first. I don't. I'll put my, if I'm highlighting, if I'm not highlighting, then I will. But I put my highlighter concealer right over the other concealer and then I powder everything down. Crazy, but I know. And also it kind of dims this being so light. It kind of tones it down a bit. So the highlighting concealer that I use is the Pro Conceal, LA Girl Pro Conceal. Now my regular, I use the regular one too, like in my shade. And my shade is Toast, so I want you to compare. This is my shade in Toast, and this is what I use to highlight. And this is in the shade Warm Honey. So you can see the difference, the lighter difference. So, and I do like it. So I just take, it comes in like with a brush, and I just take it, and I squeeze out a bit, a very small bit, because this is a pretty pigmented concealer. And I don't do the V, I mean, I do once I'm blending it out, but you really don't need a lot. I'm not a big, super big highlight. I'm a big contour girl sometimes, but not highlight. And this is where I take a makeup sponge, and I could still use my fingers, but I usually use a makeup sponge because when I'm doing this part, my eyes are usually already done, and I don't want to fuck it up. Excuse my language. It kind of came out, you know. and I just really blend it out to make it lighter. As you can see, nothing fancy. Yeah, it's not super dramatic light, but it's light enough to bring it out a bit. And then I take and I set it with a powder. Now, the two powders that I usually use are my Black Radiance pressed powder or the NYX Stay Matte but not flat powder. Now, pros and cons to both. This one is far lighter, like it's a setting powder. This one is a powder foundation, whereas though it is a little bit thicker, but it keeps me matte longer. So depending on what you want to do, yeah, I'm actually going to set the NYX Stay Matte but not flat is a full coverage powder foundation, and it is really a serious deal. And it will probably cover all that highlight that I just did. So we're going to go with the lighter powder, and we're going to use the Black Radiance bronze glow. That's my color, but the Black Radiance pressed powder. And I use the E.L.F. flat top powder brush, and I do not powder my whole face because that Revlon Color Stay really does the job. I only powder where I prep my concealer and my T-zone. That's it. Now, that is pretty much it for my face. If you want to, like, you know, you're doing your face, you do your blush, or you do your, you know, your bronzer, your all that. But that's not what this is about. This is my foundation. And that is pretty much what I do. That's not pretty much. That is what I do. Like, that is it. I like it. The coverage. That's my full coverage. And that is it. If you want to set it, a lot of people use translucent powders. I'll tell you my 3 favorite translucent setting powders. The reason why I don't use those all the time is because when I take a lot of pictures of myself. And when I'm doing this look, this full thing, it's usually for something at night, whereas though you're taking pictures with flash. And some of the powders, being a girl of color, cast a really white cast on your face, and it's not fun. You look like a ghost. With the lighter skinned girls and Caucasian women, and you can get away with it more because, you know, you're lighter, but it really shows up more on darker skin. That's the only thing. During the day, soft focus, really nice. I'll do those depending on how I'm feeling, whatever. But my 3 favorites are the E.L.F. HD powder, and this one's $6 at the E.L.F. website, and really need to get another one, but use that one. The Makeup Forever Professional. This is, I guess it was proven to be a dupe for the E.L.F., but yeah, I like this one too. The Makeup Forever one. And you can just set concealer, set your whole face however you want. I was using this stuff religiously for a while. And then if you want a pressed option like to carry in your purse is the Black Opal Invisible Oil Blocking Powder. And this is what it looks like. And it is a translucent powder that'll set it and mattify it. And I always carry this with me when I'm wearing full coverage foundation. And even just anything on my face, I always carry this because I block the oil with it. And it just works for me. Yeah, it just works and I like it. So basically that is it. Let me know what you think. This is my friend, and I really like this routine. If I get, you know, other foundations or whatever, I'll, you know, show you how I incorporate them. But this is basically it, and I've been doing it for a while, and I like it. Let me know what you think, and I love you all, and I will talk to you later. Bye.